Modise David's trial in the infamous murder of Fairground Holdings CEO Montshiwa 8 years ago came to an end yesterday amid overtones of gay sex and illicit drug trade. David is charged for the murder of Montshiwa, who was shot dead on October 18, 2015 at his house in Gaborone's Block 6 location. David, who was Montshiwa's lawyer between the 30th of June and 17th October 2015, allegedly stole 245,000 belonging to Montshiwa, which came in his possession by virtue of being his lawyer. The money, according to the investigating officer Detective Senior Superintendent Sergeant Marapo, was entrusted to Modise for the purchase of a plot for Montshiwa in Modise. It is alleged that when Montshiwa realized that the money was missing from the trust account, he communicated with David, demanding to see him at his house on the night he was killed. Initially, David was charged with murder together with Bampuluki Siso and Tumelo Tsukudu. Siso, who had allegedly sold the murder weapon, has since turned state witness. Tsukudu was discharged and acquitted last month. David's charge of stealing by servant was also dropped due to insufficient evidence. When taking a stand to defend himself over the weekend, David said he was doing due diligence for Montshiwa on the plot he wanted to buy in Modise. He said after his client acquired the loan from the bank, there were some delays in buying the plot after some infights, as it was an inherited piece of land. David further said it was then that Montshiwa asked him to help with ideas of investing the money while waiting for the issue of the plot to be resolved. He said he introduced him to the late Abu Khwarai, who was dealing in contraband tobacco bought from Zimbabwe and sold in South Africa. He said he told him the business was risky, but that the profits were high. According to David, Montshiwa was reluctant to get involved in an illegal business. David said he agreed to handle the business with Montshiwa paying him on commission basis. When asked if there was any documentary evidence to prove the investment, David said it was a handshake agreement because it was an illegal business. He further said he had written on a piece of paper to show how much was invested in the business, but the investigating officer has since taken the file. David said at some point Khwarai told him to talk to Montshiwa, as he suspected he was in a gay relationship with one of the distributors from Zambia named Percy. He said Khwarai also hinted that Percy was selling cocaine and suspected Montshiwa was doing drugs. David said he got worried as Montshiwa was sometimes acting weird and Percy was no longer accounting after selling tobacco. Justice Zain Gaborone concluded the trial after 27 witnesses gave evidence and ordered that the defense and prosecution return to court on May 5th for oral submission. I'm Posha Mlilo, reporting for The Voice Online.